Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA and we're doing some rapid fire thoughts and picks on the games for today's slate. Hey guys, we've got a promo code for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The code is SUPER. We've got Sean Higgs joining us to hopefully, talk out some of these feelings. And I know there's a lot of question marks when it comes to the NBA, and handicapping the NBA this time of year is incredibly hard. So we're going to go down the line. Just give us, we're just going to give some thoughts on every one of these games, and hopefully we'll talk out some good plays along the way. Sean, we're starting with Phoenix and Boston. And we've got some advanced lines on this one. Suns -3.5. Total is 224.5. Do you have any initial thoughts on this Suns team that's been really good, 41-16 overall, and the Celtics team that has underperformed at times at 31-27?
Yeah, I was just looking down. I'm like, we can't even find lines on these games. Guys out all over the place. But there's a couple games here. And the next game on after this is the Bucks game, because they kind of interact with each other. So you have a big series here with the Sixers and the Suns tonight, and they're both playing tomorrow in the matchups. One of these teams is going to be sky high. The other one's going to be kind of flat, short of, a huge blowout, which if that happens, then I'll come back on one of these teams. You got to kind of pick your spots this time here. You got playoffs coming, guys sitting, who's playing aggressively and playing hard right now, who wants to play. So Suns, Boston here, I might be leaning to Boston based on the Suns are going to be off a dogfight with Philly. Right, so I'll be leaning on the Celtics here at home. If I'm going to play it, I don't recommend playing NBA. It's the day before. We always have advanced lines, and it's frustrating. So I don't want to tell everybody like I like Boston and people are running to the ATM machine. Don't do that, please. Find out who's played the night before. In a back-to-back, the Suns could easily sit a couple guys like, you know what, we won yesterday. Let's take off. It's all right. We're looking good. Or we lost. Let's just take a break because we're annoyed. My first look here would be Boston, and the same thing, we go down to the Philly-Milwaukee game. I'm looking at Milwaukee. I'm looking at the two home teams here because the Suns and Sixers, they're playing a pretty tough game tonight, versus each other. So I'll be looking the other way on those two teams. So give me the home teams in these two games here, Celtics and the Bucks.
And next up, we've got New Orleans and Orlando. The Magic are home dogs here, as the Pelicans are favored on the road, -7.5 on the advanced line. Total is 225.5. The Pelicans just 25-33 this season, both straight up and against the number. Meanwhile, the Magic are 18-40, but a little bit more respectable, 28-29-1 against the number. Sean, who do you like in this one?
Listen, I mean, it's funny. The two lines that are actually out are on this game and on Charlotte Bulls, the two worst games and the worst teams playing tonight. This game here, the only way I could look, again, I don't like betting on bad teams and terrible things like that. I would look to the under. That'd be the only thing I can go. I can't lay 7 with New Orleans. I can't take points with Orlando, who's, 1-9 their last 10 or whatever they are. So if you're doing anything with this hot mess besides turning the game off, I guess I'd lean on the under. I just can't. I mean, I don't want to come out here and tell people, I love something when, as we try to hit the games for everybody, give them a thought. I've been saying for weeks, NBA, just stay away. Get on a team. Next game up we're going to talk about is at least got like the Detroit San Antonio. At least San Antonio has playoff kind of hopes they want to play a little bit. But this game, just stay away. Please stay away.
All right, so let's move on to Detroit and San Antonio. Looking at the odds for this one, do you have any initial thoughts on San Antonio, this game here?
Yeah, I would just lean to the Spurs here. Again, who knows what the line is? Who knows who's playing? If guys are showing up, they might be. They're not San Antonio. They could be at Buc-ee's getting a nice beef brisket sandwich. I don't know what they're doing down there, but I would lean Spurs just because they're fighting for some playoff hope there. So they got a little motivation to play. Detroit, what do you got going on? I'll tell you what, nothing. They got nothing going on. So I'd lean Spurs here because this time of year, find me the team that's fighting for some kind of playoff hope, playoff lives, positioning, any kind of motivation. Spurs have it. Detroit doesn't. I'd lean on the home team here again.
Right. The advanced line on that one is Spurs -8.5, total of 220. And a half. Again, that is the advanced line, so definitely could change. Looking at two teams that are actually pretty good, the Sixers and the Bucks going head-to-head. Bucks home favorites here, -5.5. Total of 229.5. I think the big question marks in this one is who is going to play. It looks like Joel Embiid is probable to play on Wednesday night. We are filming this ahead of time, so maybe he'll play in this one. Who knows? Tobias Harris not playing that game before either. Neither is Seth Curry or Ben Simmons. So looking at this one, Sean, who do you like or what's a play? What sticks out to you?
Yeah, for this one, it's like, Phoenix and Boston again. As I said, Milwaukee is playing Philly. Philly's going to be off a game versus Suns where that's just a little, someone's going to be high, someone's going to be low. For me, it'll be the Bucks here or nothing. I can't back. They're in a back-to-back spot for one. Guys might play, perhaps. Who knows? Maybe they're excited they won last night and they say, "I'll take off today. We don't need it. Let's try to rest up a little bit." Or they got blown out. You know what? And they feel like not playing because they're embarrassed and like, you know what? I'm not feeling sick. I got a headache. So that's why we lost last night. So it would be here just like Boston. I'd lean the home teams here or nothing at all. I can't really make a play on teams that guys are sitting out. And when you're like the 1 seed, you're the 1 seed and you got guys rested. Avoid it. They don't care enough to play. You shouldn't care enough to put money on the game to bet it because, hey, it's on TV. I want to bet it. Don't do that, people. Don't.
Or at least wait until an hour or so before tip-off when they have the lineups out. When
an hour might be too long.
No, at least who's playing. Right.
Might be 10 minutes.
Moving on to the next game, we've got the Hornets and the Bulls. Bulls home favorites -3, total of 213.5. But all the big names in this one are out indefinitely. Gordon Hayward, Malik Monk, LaMelo Ball, of course. And then for Chicago, Zach LaVine is out indefinitely on quarantine. So might not be the most fun one to watch. But do you have any leans here, Sean?
Maybe the Bulls. Here. I don't know. Again, it's just, where is the motivation on these guys to play? On both sides. One team maybe is like, oh, guys are sitting out. I could come, do something. Maybe I'm going to get cut from this team or moving. I'm a free agent. Maybe they want to show some stuff here. Maybe look at the over. Again, much like New Orleans and Orlando, when you have a couple bad teams getting together, is this where you really want to spend your money? Guys are out. Like you said, Chelsea, wait. You got to wait late, especially NBA nowadays. Wait late and find something to bring you that motivating factor to bet on a team. And these two, I can't find any motivation the day before. Maybe 15 minutes beforehand, you'll see something in a number that'll tell you to take something. But I would just maybe lean Bulls here, perhaps an over, because you got two bad teams coming. They're just going to light up the scoreboard. Again, I'm going to have no skin in the game when these guys tip off tomorrow night.
Right, and then finally we've got the Lakers and the Mavericks. Mavericks home favorites -3.5, total of 216.5. Who do you like or what's the play?
This one, out of all the games tonight, this is the one I would probably recommend the most here on the Mavericks. The Lakers are Lakering it up. Guys out. We're just going to kind of coast to the playoffs, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Give me the Mavericks. Again, they're battling. They got a little lead here over the Spurs in their division. I'll take the Mavericks here. Short number. Give me Dallas. This would be my favorite play tonight here on the show. NBA-wise, at least.
All right. Right. Again, double check those lineups and make sure there's no glaring holes in some of those lineups before you make some of these bets. That's going to do it for NBA Rapid Fire. Great stuff from Sean Higgs as always. Sean, thanks for joining us.